I'm here with Greg Curtis with the Good Earth Greenhouse. Don't you just hate it? You go to the store, get some fresh herbs, and they're out. Well, there's a good way to prevent that.
There is. But man, that is a perfect lead in. Thank you so much. There is a way to prevent that. What we're going to talk about this morning are herbs that, some of them are evergreen, but they're ones that are considered perennial, so they're not going to really die unless you do something to them. And we've really seen an insurgence, just people want to do vegetable gardening and herb gardening. A lot of the younger generation, say 20s to mid 30s, they might not be buying homes yet or apartments and condos. So you can container garden, and that doesn't mean it has to be big, Jeff. It could be as small as something like this. So let me just show you a couple of them. You're not talking about sage off the air, how much you love sage, right?
Well, it just kind of has that cool texture to the leaves.
It has that really nice texture. So this plant would fill this pot up this season and give you plenty of sage for years and years to come. Or you could do things like mint. Thyme down here, what I love about thyme, that's also a poor man's ground cover, they used to call it. So you could put that out in the yard as well, because it is an evergreen, well-drained soil, full sun, and let it cover. And all these are what we call sensory plants. So there's going to be a fragrance just by the wind blowing or brushing up against them.
Yeah, especially with the rosemary. That's where you touch that, and I mean, that's pretty unmistakable right there.
That's pretty unmistakable. And again, you could put it in there to keep it contained. I've got one at my house that's been out about 12 years now. You know, it's probably about like this, and it's about like that. It'll freeze down every once in a while, but it comes back. And one of the things, well, we still got time, I want to talk about, you don't want to fertilize. I'm going to use a brand here. I'm not going to say the name. One of the brands that's advertised nationally, because it's a real high first number. So always look at your numbers. We talk about BR61 a lot, but always look at your numbers. So the first one is going to be for growth. And you're not going to need that in your herbs.
You're not looking for explosive growth with your rosemary.
So the middle one is going to be your bloom, which when we see bedding plants, that's incredible. So on your plants like this, they're not going to bloom. It's just going to help the cell structure. But try to find something with a low first number, a higher middle number, and last number doesn't really matter, just whatever it is. And then Jumpstart is an easy way to do it. We use that on everything. It's a 4-3-3 and it's organic. So, and just enjoy doing some small stuff and get your kids involved, especially since they're home from school for a little while.
Yeah, it's fun to do, doesn't take up a lot of space, and really easy to take care of.
It is.
All right, that's about all the time we have for this week. Join us back here next week for the Good Earth Greenhouse. More gardening tips from the Good Earth can be found on fox16.com. Click on Professionals to watch previous episodes or to ask Greg a question about your garden.
This segment is sponsored by the Good Earth Garden Center.